If you're looking for a super quick and easy meal that's delicious for those busy weekdays, then you have to try this air fryer soy sauce chicken. The Marinade uses typical Asian pantry essentials that you should already have, and using the air fryer instead of the oven, we're able to reduce the time it takes to cook it significantly. This air fryer chicken is the perfect balance of sweet, salty, and savory flavor profiles, and the best part is that it's super customizable to adapt to your own taste preferences. So do me a favor and make sure you like, comment, share, and save this video. Alright y'all, remember to wash your hands. Now the first step is making our marinade. So to a large mixing bowl, we'll add in 2 tablespoons of low sodium soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of dark soy sauce, and if you've never used dark soy sauce before, it's a little bit sweeter, a bit thicker, and has almost a molasses-like texture, and it's primarily used for its color and to add a bit more depth. Then we'll add in 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce, a teaspoon of Shaoxing wine, which will help reduce some of that chicken odor while slightly tenderizing the chicken too. A tablespoon of brown sugar to balance out all the savory notes, and some white pepper. To the marinade, I'm going to add in some garlic cloves and smash that with my knife. And then I have some ginger and we'll just cut up a couple of slices and we'll get both of that into our mixing bowl. Now, depending on your taste, we can make a lot of adjustments here. If you want a sweeter flavor profile, add more brown sugar. If you want it tangier, you can add some rice vinegar. And if you like it spicy, some sriracha or sambal would be perfect here too. Adjust the marinade to your own preferences and make this recipe your own. Now optionally, another thing you can do is reserve a little bit of this marinade to use as a glaze later. We'll give this a good mix, making sure all the sugars have dissolved, and then we'll put that to the side to process our chicken. For this recipe, I'm using about 2 pounds of chicken thighs, and to start, we'll have to debone them while trimming away some of the excess fat. Now if you want, you can definitely leave the bone in or use store-bought boneless, skinless chicken thighs, or even chicken breast if you want. Personally, I prefer chicken thighs as it's juicier, and it also reheats better if you have leftovers or if you're making it in advance for a meal prep. Now while I'm deboning the chicken, I'm also going to use my knife and feather out some of the thicker sections to flatten it out to make sure that the chicken cooks nice and evenly later. Once we have all of our chicken thighs processed, we'll add that to the marinade, give that a good mix, and then we're gonna let this vibe out in the fridge for a minimum of half an hour. But if you're planning ahead, let this marinate overnight for the best effect to allow all the flavors to really penetrate deep into the chicken, giving you an incredibly tasty piece of chicken inside and out. Now while our chicken is marinating, we'll get the rest of our prep work done. I have some green onions that I'm just gonna finely chop up to use as a garnish. And if you like this recipe and you want to learn how to make more of your favorite Asian dishes, make sure you subscribe and turn on your notifications to stay up to date on all my latest posts. And then for some health, I'm serving the chicken up with some baby bok choy, and I'm just gonna cut them in half. Make sure you give the baby bok choy a very thorough rinse though, as there's a lot of dirt and sediment trapped between the leaves. Now, alternatively, you can replace the baby bok choy with any veggie of your choosing, like cucumbers, spinach, broccoli, really whatever you want. To keep this recipe simple, I'm just blanching the baby bok choy in some salted water for about 30 seconds, and then I'll drain it and set it to the side. Once we have all that done, it's time to cook our chicken. Now I want to preface this by saying that every air fryer is a little bit different, so cooking time and temperature will vary. My air fryer has a wattage of 1750 and cooks quicker than most air fryers, so for this one specifically, I'm going to be cooking the chicken thighs skin side down, making sure to not overcrowd the basket at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 15 minutes, flipping halfway in between. But for other air fryers, this can range anywhere between 350 to 375 degrees Fahrenheit for anywhere between 12 to 18 minutes. My suggestion though is to use a meat thermometer and cook the chicken to a safe internal temp of 165 to ensure that it's cooked through and the chicken remains moist. Now, if you reserved some of that marinade to use as a glaze, I would brush some of it on at the last couple of minutes for the best effect. Once the chicken is cooked through, we'll remove it from the air fryer, let it sit and cool down for a couple of minutes to allow the chicken to retain and redistribute its juices and to make it easier to handle. After that, we'll cut the chicken up and then it's time to plate. We're serving this with some white rice. We'll add some of our blanched baby bok choy for health, and then we'll top our bowl off with our soy sauce chicken. Garnish this simply with some green onions and some sesame seeds for good measure. And just like that, you've made a super easy and delicious air fryer soy sauce chicken at home. As always, the recipe and measurements are on my blog at feedthepudge.com. And if you've made it this far, let me know in the comment section what's your go-to meal for those busy weekdays when time is limited. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy.